Hey everyone, it's B, and I thought today we'd just go over my week. So we're gonna go over what I did each day, one thing I learned from it, and one thing I change. And also just because it's been an absolute heat wave in the UK, so I just thought I'd share what I did with my week. Just before we start, I just want to point out my nails. I do my own nails, so I do my own acrylics. And I am still learning, so they are still a bit messy if they'll focus. They are still a bit messy, but I've done my nails myself about like 6 times now, I think 5, 6 times. So I'm getting so much better, and I love having my nails done because it just helps me so much with like feeling a bit more put together, a bit more pretty, just helping, like, it's with my mascara and my highlights, it just kind of all works together and I love it. So I'm going to start with the first day of the week. As you all know, it is Monday. So Monday I actually got to see my boyfriend. Me and my partner have been together for 18 months now, which has gone crazy fast. And he came over for like the entire afternoon. It was just nice to spend time with him and see him, because when we're in uni we are like an hour and a half apart, whereas now we're legit a bus ride away. We can get our bus stops are pretty much a 5-minute walk away from our houses, so we're in like the next town over, so it's nice to just see him whenever we want. So that's the highlight of my Monday. Another thing, I just did some tutor prep. So as I mentioned in my first video, I tutor, and I think I had about 4 tutoring sessions this week, so I just got some of that prep done to make my life a bit easier coming up in the week, because there's nothing worse than realising half an hour before your session, oh my goodness, I have nothing prepped. So having that done on Monday really helped. So one thing I learned from Monday is how to organise my content effectively. It's still a learning curve, but I planned my content. I got a spreadsheet on Google Sheets. I love a spreadsheet, let me tell you. And I just went through and I had some ideas for videos, or like I looked through maybe getting social media, just for like posts and stuff, nothing crazy. And then like putting down dates where I want to film, where I want to edit, where I want to post and stuff like that, just so then I'm consistent, because I want to become consistent with this YouTube channel, because I know it's been about 2 weeks since I last posted, so I'm hoping to become a bit more consistent with that. And then what I'd change about Monday is I'd probably do a bit more tutoring prep, but I did get a bit distracted with my boyfriend because he came over a bit earlier than we planned. So I was going to give that time to tutoring prep, but I just did the rest of it later in the week, because a lot of my tutoring happens later in the week, so like Wednesday onwards. So I've got that time to do it, but it's more just preference of having it done. On Tuesday, I tutored, because I just tutor throughout the week, but I think I only had 1 session on Tuesday, I want to say. Can't honestly remember. The heat wave has actually melted my brain. But the main thing that happened on Tuesday was that I got my first year university results back. Now, I'm not sure about any other degrees and stuff like that, but my university, we do the first year is 0% of your overall grade at the end. So luckily, either way, it doesn't count. But I actually passed and I got through to second year, which honestly, I was so stressed. I was pacing around messaging my flatmates for next year going, guys, it's coming out today. I'm like so stressed, oh my god. And I was pacing in my room and I got an email from where I tutor, and I was like, oh my goodness, I've just got an email. It wasn't my results. And then I kept getting emails that weren't my results, and I just kept getting more and more stressed and built up. But I'm so proud of myself. I got a first in one of my modules, and I've been working so hard to finally get that first. and I feel so proud of myself that I've actually managed to get it. I even got a first on the exam, which is shocking because I feel like my exams just didn't work out very well, but I'm so happy with that first. And then the rest of my modules, so I did 6 modules over the year. I got 2 2s overall for all of them, which honestly for my first year I'm really happy with because it just shows how far I've come. If I got that back at GCSE or A level, I would be bawling my eyes out crying because I was so obsessed with being the best. But with university, I've seen it's a different level, right? It is an entirely different level. And having that 2 2 means I'm in a good spot. I'm about average right now, right? Overall for my year, I'm probably a bit higher because I had the higher section, so I was like 1 or 2 marks off a 2-1. But honestly, it just kind of shows how far I've come and how happy I am that I did it. It's just so weird because my parents, not my mum, love my mum. So my dad thought I wouldn't make it past Christmas for my first year, and having that first and those 2 1s and showing that I've got a house for next year, I passed, I'm going to my second year, just kind of gave him a little kick in the teeth, But I'm so proud of myself and I cannot wait to get back there next year. I'm moving back in August, so I can get nicely settled in, and it's just going to be absolutely amazing and I cannot wait. After I got my results and my anxiety decided to not overload for once in my life after getting results, I went down to my mum's work. So she works down the road from us. It's great, it's amazing. I walk in and I tell one of my mum's colleagues that my result, what I got for my results. She goes, "Let me go get your mother, I want to watch this." So I tell my mum and she squeals, and I had to tell all their colleagues and all of this, and I decide to treat myself. It's not even new, we've got a Mac he's put in, right? It's been here for a few years now, I want to say, I think. And I went in there and I got a pineapple Sprite, by the way. Best drink ever. Pineapple Sprite is amazing. And I got some brownies from Tesco. And by the time I walked back home, it's about a 15-minute walk home, they were melted. They were super melted, gooey brownies. That's how hot it was. And my ice was melted in my drink. It was going flat because of the heat. But let me tell you, that was the best celebration I could have asked for. Just me playing on my Switch with my Sprite and pineapple that I just drank up the hill. And it was amazing. It was just what I needed. And surprisingly, heat waves always make me want to clean. I don't know why. When I was packing to come home from uni, I was in a heat wave. And I was cleaning at 4 a.m. because I couldn't sleep. I don't know what happens. Heat wave? Cleaning? I don't know. But I also reorganised my bookshelf. So you can see my bookshelf in the background. I came home with some more books than I brought up. So I had to reorganise my bookshelf to fit them all in. And it's not perfect, but it's tidy enough that I can fit all my books on and it not collapse. So we're taking that as a win. What I learned from Tuesday, you could say learned, is that I can actually do it when it comes to university, because I was really anxious about joining and I passed it. So it just shows that I can actually do it. And you might see I'm doing YouTube and I'm going to uni and I'm doing all these new things. And having that come back as a good experience shows that I can actually do things. And I just loved it. I loved learning that. One thing I would change if I could would be going on a longer walk. But in that heat, I physically could not go for a longer walk. I hit my step goal that day. I was very proud of myself. But in that heat, I stayed out as long as I could. I wish it was longer. I wish it was a bit cooler, but the heat just absolutely killed me off, let me tell you. Cold Diet Coke. My boyfriend says I have a problem with Diet Coke. I do not have a problem with Diet Coke. It's just delicious. So let's move on to Wednesday. Wednesday, it was a bit of a lazy day for me because the heat just took it out of me. I can't sleep in a heat wave. So it's one of those things where I just kind of took the good with the bad and just tried to sleep. Wednesday, I basically just rotted in bed for a bit. I'm not going to lie to you. I did work on some prep for this video, actually. I'm reading off a script I wrote on Wednesday. It's not really a script, it's like a plan. And I find that planning it like 2 days before I film, so I'm filming on a Friday, has really helped. So then if I make edits, I've got time to make the edits and I can sleep on it before reading the script, like out loud in terms of video. My chair is so squeaky. Okay, so that was like the main like thing in the day. But then in the evening, I met my boyfriend and our old school friend at Spoons. Now, if you're not British, you wouldn't have experienced a Spoons, but there is a different vibe in a Spoons during a heat wave. The beer garden is full and a lot of people have pints. My boyfriend was on the pints, and then me and our schoolmate, we were on like Long Island iced teas, like the spirits, and it was so much fun. It like we even went on a little drunken adventure. So it was really worth it. I think I hit 11,000 steps on Wednesday. But otherwise, that's really what happened on Wednesday. We did some celebrating because as I mentioned, university we passed. They were celebrating end of exams because they finished later than I did. But I'm really lucky to have them because no matter what happens, we will always have a good night. And this was a casual night of drinking. I woke up on Thursday feeling so hungover. But it was a good night and I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad we planned it when we did. Because the heat wave just made it 10 times better because you could sit in the beer garden. Because normally the weather here, like it is today, it's cloudy, it's overcast, it's like grey. But we had full blue sky. Sunset didn't go down until like 10 p.m, 10:30. So it was just gorgeous. So what I learned is it's just fun to have like a night with your mates. Even if you're not drinking, you don't have to drink to have fun. But it's just good to stop for a while and have some time with friends. Because I was barely on my phone that night. It was just us being total idiots. And it was great. What I would change, probably drink a bit less. Because Spoons has got like a 2 for £8.30 deal on Long Island iced teas. Dangerous. Absolutely dangerous. I'd probably drink a bit less. But I'm glad I did what I did. It was a good night. It was a good day. I enjoyed it. So, we're going to move on to Thursday now. Once again, just like Wednesday. It was a pretty much like kind of a rotting day, I'm not going to lie to you. Because we were still having the horrendous heat from the heat wave. So that mixed with a hangover, never a good idea. I did do a little bit of tutor prep just so that I'm ready. Like I'm keeping up on it. It's very much like it snowballs. You know? You think you only have a little bit, then you do a bit more and it just gets crazy. So it's not too bad. I had 2 tutoring sessions. So it was really nice to see them. And it was nice to just... I find it's nice for my tutees because I definitely like to go through the work and all that. But I also like to have a bit of a chat with them, keep it very low key. So it doesn't feel so official. we still learn, we still go through the content, we go through the slideshows I made, so we go through everything I wanted, but we stop, we take breaks, we do little quizzes, or we'll talk about their week and stuff like that, and it's so nice. But what I learned from it is that I hate heat waves, and a heat wave and a hangover is not a good mix. What I'd change is probably do a bit more things. As you know, I redid my bookshelf. I'm currently in the midst of doing a massive room sort for the summer, and I wish I did some of that, but I'm going to give myself some leeway because the heat was just too much yesterday, well, Thursday, and it was just really, really difficult. But what was really, really cool about Thursday night was we had a storm. I'll put up some pictures when I'm editing this. But we had this massive storm, and I'm terrified of storms. But looking at the photos afterwards, it's gorgeous. And it's also beat the heat a bit, you know. Friday is now a lot cooler. And I'm in this nice dress, and I'm not sweating absolute buckets. So we'll take it as a win. So today, so this is now Friday, I'm obviously filming the video. Hey everyone. That's really my main goal today. Throughout the week I've been playing Animal Crossing, I've been video gaming, so by me video gaming I mean Minecraft. So I'll probably play some Minecraft later. I do believe I've got some plans with my family, but you know, it's like, oh yeah, we'll sort it, and then we never sort it. It's one of those plans. So we shall see. If I do end up doing those plans, I'll probably post it. I have got an Instagram account. I just need to sort everything out with that. So hopefully next week you'll hear about my Instagram account. It's on the same handle, everything like that. And I'm just hoping to be a bit more active. And I'm really, really excited. Because it seems like a fresh page. It's gorgeous. And yeah, so that's really my plan for today. So yeah. Now let's look at the weekend ahead. Yeah, so I've got Saturday and Sunday. It's not looking too hot this weekend, thank goodness, thanks to the storm. But tomorrow I'm actually helping down my mum's work. We're doing an open day. So I've been taken in to do face painting. I can barely do mascara, right? Like, I wear mascara most days, and it's not even that good. So I don't know how I managed to get into the job of face painting, but free food, and I'm hoping to score some more Diet Coke. Love it. But do you know what's really, really good about Saturday? I get to see some of my mates. We're going for tea, well, for dinner. And I haven't seen this friend in about 3 years. 2-3 years. It's so our mutual friend got us to meet, and we just clicked. It was really, really funny. But I really only see them when they come down, because they're from like mid-England, Midlands maybe, north-ish. I'm not very good at geography. So it's quite nice seeing them, because I think they're moving down here. And it'll just be nice to see them, because I don't see them. All I do is message them when our mate does something stupid. So it'll be nice to just see them and have like a proper gossip. That's gonna be my main thing, is to have a proper gossip. And then Sunday I can just chill in bed and do like nothing. Well, I lie, I'll probably do some cleaning, because I've currently got a load of laundry on right now, and by the time Sunday comes I will probably have more laundry. So it'll probably just be a little catch-up day, a little prep day, just getting ready for the next week. So who knows, we shall find out. Just to finish off, I hope you enjoyed my video, and I'm really, really happy about my week, and I hope you enjoyed hearing about my week, and it's also showing how you can find the good in the boring. Because even though I did hardly anything on Wednesday morning, I'm glad I didn't do anything Wednesday morning, because it gave me the energy And honestly, the absolute vibe to go absolutely crazy in the evening with my friends. Or like Wednesday, I'm not Wednesday, Sunday. I'm doing practically, I've got nothing planned, but I'm still going to get stuff done. I'm still going to be productive. So I just find that really, really nice. So I hope you find some inspiration for your next week, and I'll see you next time. Bye!